In the heart of an African village, nestled between rolling hills and lush green forests, there lived Nneka, a young woman known for her plump figure. Her size made her the subject of ridicule among her peers, who cruelly mocked her during village gatherings. Despite her attempts to brush off their hurtful words, Nneka often felt the sting of their laughter echoing in her ears. Her mother's comforting words reminded her that beauty comes in many forms, but Nneka couldn't help but feel isolated. One fateful day, after another round of relentless teasing, Nneka found solace at the village river. The sparkling water calmed her troubled heart, offering a brief respite from her pain. Little did she know, this visit to the river would change her life forever. With the sun dipping below the horizon, Nneka knelt by the river to fill her clay pot with water. As she did, the pot seemed heavier than usual, though she dismissed it as her imagination. Balancing it on her head, she made her way home. Unknown to her, the pot had become the resting place of a powerful snake goddess seeking refuge. Upon reaching her hut, Nneka set the pot down, only to hear a faint rustling sound. Thinking it was just wind, she ignored it. That night, as the village slumbered, the snake goddess emerged, observing her surroundings and sensing Nneka's kind but wounded spirit. The goddess resolved to protect this gentle soul. The next morning, Nneka noticed strange tracks leading away from the pot. She followed them hesitantly but found nothing. As the day unfolded, her peers resumed their mocking chants, calling her names and laughing at her expense. Suddenly, a hissing sound silenced the crowd. To everyone's astonishment, a radiant snake appeared, its scales shimmering like gold under the sun. The villagers scattered in fear, leaving Nneka bewildered. The snake curled protectively around her, easing menacingly at her tormentors. For the first time, Nneka felt a strange sense of power and safety. Nneka's curiosity got the better of her, and she hesitantly approached the snake later that evening. To her surprise, the creature spoke, introducing herself as Adana, a goddess of justice. She explained how Nneka's kindness had moved her to offer protection. Nneka was both terrified and awestruck. Adana assured Nneka that she meant no harm and her presence was a gift. Slowly, the two formed an unlikely bond. Nneka shared her struggles, and Adana listened patiently, promising to stand by her side as long as she remained kind and just. Word of the snake spread quickly through the village, and while many feared it, others were intrigued. Some began treating Nneka with respect, wary of her newfound protector. The elders held a meeting, debating whether the snake was a blessing or a curse. Meanwhile, Nneka noticed changes in her confidence. With Adana by her side, she began embracing her uniqueness. She walked through the village with her head held high, no longer cowering under the weight of insults. The snake goddess had not only defended her, but also awakened a strength she didn't know she possessed. One day, Nneka found herself talking to Adana for hours by the river. The snake goddess shared tales of her realm, where spirits of nature coexisted in harmony. Nneka listened intently, fascinated by the wisdom and magic of the spiritual world. Adana, in turn, marveled at Nneka's resilience and compassion. She admired how, despite the pain she endured, Nneka still treated others with kindness. Their friendship grew deeper, and Nneka began to see Adana not just as a protector, but as a guide. As Nneka's confidence grew, she did the envy of her tormentors. They conspired to humiliate her once again, hoping to prove she was still weak despite her new ally. Dotira, they mock her openly, challenging her to a dance competition. At first, Nneka hesitated, but Adana whispered words of encouragement. With the goddess' blessing, Nneka danced with grace and confidence, silencing her detractors. The villagers cheered, and for the first time, Nneka felt the warmth of acceptance. Adana warned Nneka that her powers were not to be abused. True strength lies in forgiveness and restraint. She said, Nneka took these words to heart, resolving to rise above the pettiness of her peers. However, her tormentors grew bolder, plotting to harm the snake. They believed that without Adana, Nneka would revert to her former timid self. Adana sensed their intention and prepared Nneka for the challenges ahead. One dark night, the tormentors attempted to trap Adana. They laid a net near Nneka's hut, hoping to catch the snake. Adana foresaw their scheme, revealing herself in full giant form, radiating an aura of power. The tormentors trembled, begging for forgiveness. Nneka, remembering Adana's teaching, chose mercy. She demanded that they apologize and promised to change their ways. Humbled, they agreed. And from that day, the villagers' attitude toward the Nneka shifted completely. With Adana's guidance, Nneka became a symbol of resilience and kindness in the village. The same people who once mocked her now sought her advice and admired her strength. Nneka forgave her past tormentors, understanding that their cruelty stemmed from their insecurities. Adana eventually returned to her realm, leaving Nneka with a parting gift: the courage to stand tall and the wisdom to lead with her heart. Nneka's life transformed, and her story became a legend, teaching generations about the power of kindness and the beauty of embracing one's uniqueness.